everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well and having a lovely day. So for today's video I'm actually doing a sit down chatty one, which I'm really excited about. I film quite a lot of 24-hour challenge videos and sort of like vloggy style videos, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love and enjoy filming so much, but I also really like occasionally, you know, doing a sit down video where I actually talk to you guys a lot and it's just a bit more chilled, relaxed, and just like I'm chatting to you guys as if you're my friends, because basically that's what I think of you guys as. So I actually posted on my Instagram story asking you guys to ask me some questions for a Q&A. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you are if you want to get involved in future Q&As. So thank you so much to everybody who sent in their questions, and yeah, we're just gonna get started. So I asked you guys to specifically ask me like deep questions because I prefer answering those in Q&As. I feel like they're more interesting rather than like what's your favourite colour or what's your favourite movie or something. Like, I just prefer answering more in-depth questions, if that makes sense. So the first question is, are you really happy or is it fake happiness? So I find it bizarre that people would think that people fake their happiness online, but then when you think about it, I guess sometimes it does happen. But I can honestly say that I don't fake happiness in my YouTube videos whatsoever. You guys know that last year I went through a really rough time and I basically stopped vlogging completely, and that was because of that exact reason. I can't fake happiness. I was feeling so crappy and so down and I wasn't feeling happy in the slightest, and the thought of having to fake happiness and force a smile and pretend that everything was okay was way too much, and I just wouldn't want to do that anyways. I like to think that I'm really honest on my channels, and that if I ever am feeling down or if I'm ever unhappy, then I will tell you guys about it, or if it's too personal and I don't want to share it, then I will just not vlog that day or I won't film. All I would say is remember that what you see of people's lives online isn't always the real picture. So I feel like a lot of people can compare themselves to the people that they see online and think, oh, they're always happy and I'm not. Most of what you see on YouTube and Instagram is the highlights of people's lives. It's the best parts of their lives, the parts that they want people to see. And so I can understand why people might think that people fake happiness online, because everything that they do see online of their lives is of them being happy, but that's only because that's what they choose to share. Lots of people don't want to share the bad times or the sad times or the hard times, and that's completely understandable, but definitely in my situation I am very happy compared to what I was last year, and if I was feeling any different I would let you guys know. But honestly, the leaps and bounds that I have come on and just like the massive turnaround in my life, it has honestly made me a really happy person. And I'm not saying that I'm happy 100% of the time, because I'm not. That's not even humanly possible. Like, there are days where I am moody, there's the days where I'm annoyed and sad and upset and all I want to do is cry. Like, that is so normal. But generally speaking, this year I've been very happy, like so much more compared to last year. I just, looking back on last year, I never thought that I would feel this way that I am right now, and it's just amazing how much life can turn around, and you just have to be hopeful and just keep going and keep fighting, because you can get through anything. Do you sometimes wish you weren't doing YouTube? Definitely not, because I absolutely love YouTube. Doing YouTube makes me so happy and I just absolutely adore it. It's my passion. I've never had a hobby before in my life that I was actually really passionate about, because for example when I was in school, like everybody else in my class was like into sports, or they played a musical instrument, or they were arty or something. They had a hobby, they had a skill, and I just never found that, and I was always like, what is my hobby? I don't have one. And then when I left school and I started doing YouTube, I just found my passion, I found my hobby, and I absolutely love and adore doing this. I honestly can't believe I've been doing this for 5 years. It's so crazy. But my mum was saying the other day, she was like, do you ever think like you're just gonna like stop doing YouTube? Like, you're gonna think, oh well, you know, I've had fun doing this, but now I don't really feel like I want to film videos anymore, or I've achieved what I wanted to, or that. And I was like, no, like I just want to keep on doing this for however long I enjoy it, and I hope that I enjoy it for so much longer to come. And I'm just going to continue doing what I love, which is making videos, talking to you guys, communicating with you guys. I absolutely love it, seeing your comments and replying to you guys, and I feel like I've made like great relationships with you guys, and I talk to you guys on Instagram and I made friends from YouTube, and it's just such a great platform. Obviously YouTube has its downs as well. I'd say the main one for me that I've struggled with is like hate comments, and I'm not gonna lie and say that I've never thought about maybe it's best if I stop making YouTube videos, but it's not for the reason that, oh, I'm not enjoying this anymore. It's just for the reason of like hate was getting too much for me, and I felt like it was upsetting me so much that I was like questioning whether or not it was worth continuing to make videos. But then when I thought about it and thought about how much I love making YouTube videos and how much YouTube has done for me and my confidence and everything, it outweighs the negative comments, because at the end of the day I feel like I've grown such a thicker skin, and YouTube comments used to really affect me, whereas now I find it easier to just brush them off and just ignore them. When I took a break from YouTube last year, I feel like I let negative comments really get to me more because I was going through a tough time in my life anyways back then, and because there was so much going on outside of YouTube and just like in my own life that was making me feel so down and so ill. I feel like those comments got to me more, and it was just more of like I needed to take a break from YouTube just for my mental health, just to like get better. But like now that I'm feeling so much better and I'm back to being my usual self, I have not had another thought about quitting YouTube. It's not like an option. I just want to continue making videos. This is a really interesting question. Have comments about your diet ever mentally / physically impacted you? I love you, by the way. Thank you so much, Millie. So I don't really ever think I've spoken about this, but yeah, they actually have in a way, like not majorly but slightly. So as you guys know, I film quite a lot of eating videos. I like to film what I eat in a day videos and show you guys the types of food that I generally eat in a day, and my diet is quite controversial. You know, I don't eat healthy in the slightest. I like to snack a lot. I like chocolate, I like cake, and I never really thought twice about my diet until I started posting these videos and receiving comments about my diet, because a lot of my family eat the same way, and so I just thought it was like a normal diet. I know there's no such thing as normal, but you know what I mean. It's just because like my mum eats that way, my sister eats that way. I know like my older sister eats healthier, but generally most of my family, you know, we eat the same types of food. So I just thought, you know, I'll post videos about what I eat. It's probably like what most other people eat as well. But then when I started getting a lot of hate comments about how unhealthy I was eating, how I was gonna die at a young age because I eat so much crap, how I'm putting on weight because of the rubbish that I eat, and just really mean comments, it actually like made me start to think about what I eat, whereas I never did before. I just ate whatever I fancied. But then I realised that I was slowly starting to like question myself when I would go for a snack, and I'd be like, do you really need this? And I was like, should you eat fruit or vegetables, because everybody in your videos is commenting like you don't eat enough fruit and vegetables, you need to eat fresh foods and all this. And I never really let the comments change what I ate, but it did like sort of make me feel guilty about what I was eating, sort of. I don't really know how to explain it. I didn't, you know, start eating healthy or anything, but I've almost felt bad about eating snacks, because when I like, say for example, went to open a bag of M&Ms, I would think about the comments, like the negative comments that were saying about the rubbish that I ate and about how awful my diet was. So I guess to answer your question, it affected me mentally because I was having thoughts about when I was eating, like feeling bad about what I was eating, but it didn't affect me physically because then I didn't put that into act and actually like physically stop eating unhealthy foods and start eating healthy foods, if that makes sense. But I feel like now I'm definitely stronger and I can ignore those comments, and I've just continued to eat what I want and just ignore those comments, because at the end of the day it's my body. What I put into it isn't really anybody else's business, and you know, I don't comment on other people's diets, so I don't feel like they should comment on mine. I need to answer this question because it's super interesting. Do you think yourself / people / life aren't real? I feel like this a lot. I'm so glad someone's asked that question, because I honestly thought I was like the only person that had these thoughts. But sometimes randomly I would just like pause in life and just be like, what is life? Like, how am I here? How are people just like walking around? Like, what happens if this is all a dream? Like, I don't know if any of you guys ever think that. In fact, comment down below if you ever just think like, is life a big dream and I'm just gonna wake up. It's crazy, you know, my brain can't understand how it works and how like babies are made and how they just like grow inside a human. It's crazy. And then they're just born and then they just develop into this person. It's like my brain just can't understand how it all works. It's just it's unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? And like sometimes I even just look up to the sky and I'm just like, what even is the sky? Like, where am I? What is this world? Like, how is this real? Like, how is the world so massive? How is there so much out there? And I always have those thoughts, and I don't know, they just randomly occur. I'm just like, I just pause and I just think, what is life? Like, what is going on here? I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, those are my thoughts. So the next question is, do you feel any pressure now since having a boyfriend to move out / get engaged, etc.? So the answer to that is no, I don't, but I feel like me like last year or a few years ago would have definitely been like, yeah, if I was in the current situation that I'm in now. What I mean by that is like last year, a few years ago, I really took like people's opinions to heart and always kind of worried what other people thought about me and kind of compared myself to other people and what they were doing. So for example, when I got questions like, why haven't you moved out yet? Why do you still live with your parents? Why haven't you gone to uni? Why don't you have a boyfriend, like when I was single? Those sort of comments would really get to me because I would always think like, oh, by this age I should have done all those things. But now I feel like it was so silly to let those things get to me, and now they don't. Because at the end of the day, it's your life and you can live it the way you want to. You don't have to compare yourself to others and their lives and think, oh, I'm 21, I need to be married because that person's married, or I need to have a kid because that person my age has got 2 kids, or I need to have a boyfriend because that person has a boyfriend and they're like 2 years younger than me. You don't have to achieve things by a certain age, or you don't have to achieve those things at all. Some people don't want marriage in their life, or some people quite happily would want to live with their family until they're 30, you know, it really doesn't matter. People want different things in life and that's completely okay. Some people want to travel, some people want to save, some people just want to start a family like as soon as possible. Some people would rather focus on their career, you know, and then have children further down the line. And whatever way you do life, it's completely okay as long as you're happy. That is the main thing, that's the most important thing. And so I feel like now I just have reached this point where I'm so much more chilled about life, and I'm just like sitting back, relaxing, and just, you know, taking each day as it comes. I'm not trying to force anything or trying to, you know, fit everything to this plan and have to do specific things by a specific age. I'm just having fun, enjoying life, and just seeing where it takes me. Okay, so this is going to be the last question that I answer, just because I feel like this video is super long and I don't want to bore you guys. But this one has actually been asked quite a lot, and it's where people are asking if I'm still friends with Amber. So I just wanted to quickly address this because I've been getting a lot of questions about it, and also a lot of comments on like vlogs and stuff of people asking the same thing. So if you aren't subscribed to my vlogging channel and don't watch my vlogs, then you will have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, one of my friends, Amber, has appeared in quite a few vlogs now, but she hasn't been in a vlog since probably the beginning of this year, and loads of people have basically been assuming that we've fallen out. So I get lots of questions like, why are you and Amber not friends anymore, or why have you fallen out with Amber? So to answer your question, me and Amber have not fallen out, and me and Amber are perfectly fine, and we are still really good friends. But Amber lives in Leeds and I live in Inverness. Inverness is at the top of Scotland, Leeds is in England. It's such a long way away, so we don't get to see each other often. Like I said, we haven't seen each other since the beginning of the year, and it's just because of the distance. It's because I'm now in another job where I have really odd working hours and don't have set days off work, so it's really hard to just like plan a day where we're both free and we can both like travel that distance, where we can both afford train tickets to travel all that way. Amber's obviously super busy as well, you know, she's just finished uni and now she's looking for a job and things. So honestly, we're absolutely fine and we're still great friends. We still message all the time, but it's just one of those friendships where we don't get to see each other a lot, but when we do, you know, it's like we haven't been away from each other in ages because everything just like stays the same and we're just really great friends. So the lesson there, guys, is don't just assume that because you don't see people in my vlogs and in my videos that we've fallen out or that we don't like each other anymore. Because the funny thing is, I get comments about my sister Laura like asking if we've fallen out because she doesn't appear in my vlogs much anymore, but it's just because she doesn't want to be on my channel. But me and Laura are still absolutely fine and we're best friends, and she's like an amazing sister. But it's just funny how like people assume just because they don't see someone on your channel that means that they're no longer in your life or that you've had a falling out or something. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this Q&A. Thank you so much again to everybody who sent in their questions. I did have quite a lot of other questions still left to answer, but I didn't want this video to be super long, so let me know if you would like to see another Q&A in the future. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye!